This absolutely stunned me, and it's actually good news for us Tesla stock investors. Something unbelievable just happened to me, something I would not have thought possible, says AJ. I just parked a Tesla Model Y at a public charger, got immediately out of the car, and was about to open the front lid to take out the charging cable as a woman jumped out of her Volkswagen ID4, a fully electric vehicle, near me and started yelling at me, "This is not parking. This is for electric vehicle charging." She pointed at the Model Y's license plate, which didn't have the E for electric, which is not mandatory for BEVs. It's purely optional in Germany. I calmly responded, "This is an electric vehicle." The woman was looking at me in disbelief. I continued to open the lid and took out the cable. As she saw the charging cable, she didn't say anything. She turned around and walked back to her electric ID4. This happened in one of Germany's largest cities. I was truly flabbergasted after this incident. Why? Because I couldn't believe that someone in Germany driving an electric vehicle couldn't recognize a Model Y in a city which is full of Model Ys. This is extremely bullish for Tesla. Amazingly, a lot of people, even amongst EV buyers, don't know about Tesla. AJ thinks she is in her 50s. This definitely makes a pretty good argument for Tesla to advertise. James says, this is an example of how something can be the most obvious thing in the world, but unless you are figuratively punched in the face with it, it can go right over your head, even if you are a brilliant person like AJ here. So while some may look at this story and say, Tesla is doing such a poor job that no one knows about Tesla's vehicles, their way to look at it is, Tesla can work on increasing awareness and then the sales will increase. Some new details have just leaked about the refresh Model Y, and in an internal email, Tesla says that the refresh Model Y is not coming to the US this year. Based on rumors from Reuters, which basically predicted the Model 3 refresh incredibly accurately, we expected that the refresh Model Y would launch in October of this year. And these rumors were confirmed by new rumors that came out after Tesla launched the refresh Model 3, that the Model Y, the refresh one, will launch in the middle of 2024. Here's what Tesla said. We heard your feedback that some customers are waiting to place their Model Y order as they anticipate a refresh similar to Model 3. It is important that we communicate transparently that there is no refresh for Model Y launching this year. There is no better time for customers to start driving the world's best-selling vehicle. And then they talk about the $7,500 tax credit. Is it possible that Tesla is sandbagging here, and basically because of the Osborne effect, it says, it is not coming, but actually it could be coming this year? Sawyer says that he literally gets DMs every day asking him when the refresh Model Y is coming. Looks like all the Juniper rumors might have really been negatively impacting sales. I personally think that what's going to happen with the Model Y is going to be the exact same thing that happened with the Model 3, meaning it's going to first come out in China this year, and then next year it is going to come out in the US. So Europe and China will likely see the refreshed Model Y this year. Dan Ives is feeling really bullish. He says AI is the biggest tech trend we have seen since the start of the internet in 1995. I have been an analyst since late 90s covering tech. This is not a bubble, it's the start of the AI revolution. And of course, we know that Tesla is at the forefront of this AI revolution with millions of vehicles collecting data every single day. Here's a follow-up on Tesla's $1,000 price cut that happened yesterday. It's a temporary price cut, which is supposed to expire by the end of the quarter. It does not seem that the inventory prices have changed, so realistically, this will not affect Tesla's earnings. Because if you buy a Tesla vehicle using Tesla's configurator, you're not actually getting any discounts compared to inventory vehicles. Inventory vehicles are discounted more. But in the US, Model Y leases have changed a little bit. Tesla has lowered the down payment required to get the $379 per month starting price to $2,500, down from $4,500. I think it would be a lot more effective to just let people buy out their leased vehicles. To me personally, it's a bit off-putting to lease a Tesla vehicle because I know Teslas are reliable. The Model 3s and Model Y certainly are. And I might want to keep the car for a bit longer than 48 months. I think Tesla's leadership also understands that, and it's likely that it's just a matter of time before Tesla changes that policy. Unless Elon Musk again says that FSD is going to be solved this year, then maybe not. Because my understanding is the only reason why Tesla does not let you buy your leased vehicle at the end of your lease is because Tesla would want to take these leased vehicles back when full self-driving is solved. But so few people lease Teslas that I don't really think it would be a problem. I think Sawyer made such a good point here. It's possible that Tesla announced the price change that happened yesterday instead of next Thursday, which is when they usually do price changes, to take advantage of any potential Super Bowl related website traffic this weekend and on Monday. Last year, I covered the Super Bowl weekend and we saw a significant increase in Tesla's search traffic. We saw, for example, GM running an ad, and then GM would have an increase in traffic, but Tesla, as a result of a GM ad, would also have an increase in traffic. It was so silly. Basically, all of these legacy automakers were trying to advertise their own vehicles, but they really just advertised Teslas. So yeah, Tesla has in the past seen an increase in web traffic due to legacy automakers spending $7 million per Super Bowl ad for their EVs, and I think that's just per one company. This will also be the first post-Super Bowl time that Tesla has Google Ads turned on. If you are not from the US, the Super Bowl is like the biggest sporting event in the US. Elon Musk posted this to his main timeline, so a lot of people will see it. Since most people don't love to buy cars in the middle of winter, Tesla is offering a $1,000 incentive to do so. This is the essential quandary of manufacturing. Factories need continuous production for efficiency, but consumer demand is seasonal. Sawyer posted that Tesla is sending in-app messages to Tesla owners that have FSD. I checked my Tesla app. I haven't received anything. Let me know if you received a message like that. If you are a Tesla employee, maybe double check what's going on. Maybe it's because I'm Canadian. I have seen a lot of criticism against Troy lately. I just want to see what everyone has to say. I want to see their data. Where is the data coming from? And then I make my own conclusion. I don't see any reason to be mad or upset with anyone. And Troy doesn't get everything right all the time, but his track record is fairly good, so I highly value his opinion. But generally speaking, Troy does not make long-term predictions. His focus is relatively short-term, and that's where he is pretty good. So if you are a long-term Tesla stock investor, and if Troy makes a comment about Tesla's short-term issues, I don't really see a problem to be upset at all. Anyway, here's Troy's latest comment. Tesla pulled this demand lever for Model Y in addition to the $1,000 discount and the $7,500 instant point of sale tax credit. He's talking about the $1,000 price cut and FSD transfers, but we don't know if these will be enough to counter brand image challenges caused by controversial attempts to try to increase traffic on Twitter. Is there a little bit of a conflict of interest? If he says something really controversial, it gets more people to come to Twitter, but it could possibly be at a cost of Tesla's brand image. I think it is certainly a point that can be raised and discussed. I think there are a few positions about this. One is, well, Elon is just exercising his right to speak freely, express himself, and participate in political discussions. He certainly has that right. And before purchasing Twitter, Elon did say that if both extremes, politically, both sides, are equally upset at him, it means he's doing something right. So going in, we had an idea that there's going to be controversy. So if you remained a Tesla stock investor after Elon made it very clear that he will purchase X, or Twitter at that time, I think those of us that chose to stay in Tesla understood that there is some risk. And personally, it's a risk I'm willing to take. I understand some other people are not really that comfortable with that risk, and some of these people sold some of their Tesla stock or even all of their Tesla stock. And many of them quit in December of 2022 when the going got really tough. And I would like to thank these people for giving me a Tesla stock buying opportunity at an even cheaper price. And while Tesla stock may go down a lot more from here, it is 2024. And when I look at Tesla stock, my first reaction is this really happening? Do people not see the opportunity in Tesla? The momentum is against Tesla stock currently, so it could go down more, although looking at this latest pattern, it goes down, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, and then if that continues, it should go up, but anything can happen. I don't rely on stock astrology for my investment advice. But anyway, I saw a few people commenting on a few of my videos. Am I buying more Tesla stock? And obviously, yes, I am buying more Tesla stock. That, of course, is not to say that the next 1 to 2 years are not going to be challenging. But on the flip side, you can also make an argument, well, everyone knows that, and therefore it should already be priced in. However, if you are a new viewer here, understand that my Tesla stock time investment horizon is pretty long. I model Tesla stock 10 years out, and I intend to hold Tesla stock for that long. And maybe even longer, you just never know. Maybe Tesla stock will remain a growth stock for more than a decade. Elon just posted this picture on X, and this is the Starship Super Heavy rocket booster. In pictures, usually, it does not look all of that huge, but look at these tiny people next to this gigantic thing. The scale is truly mind-blowing. Elon is posting more on X. He expressed his dislike for Mark Zuckerberg. That's because Meta has suspended the Facebook and Instagram accounts tracking Taylor Swift's private jet, but the accounts tracking Elon Musk's private jet are still running on both Facebook and Instagram. It does not seem that we are likely to see Cybertrucks in Europe anytime soon due to extra regulations that European countries have because of the Cybertruck shape, but Ford has begun deliveries of its F-150 Lightning electric pickup truck in Europe, with the first of the units going to a couple located in Norway. Now, this is a crazy story. Sam Altman, the OpeanAI leader, seeks trillions of dollars to reshape business of chips and AI. OpeanAI chief pursues investors, including the UAE, for a project possibly requiring up to $7 trillion. I thought this was about a $7 trillion valuation. So you know how, for example, you can raise 70 billion, let's say, by selling 1% of your company. That would make your company worth $7 trillion. But you are not actually raising $7 trillion. But no, he's actually talking about raising $7 trillion. The OpenAI chief executive officer is in talks with investors to raise funds for a wildly ambitious tech initiative that would boost the world's shipbuilding capacity, expand its ability to power AI, among other things, and cost several $trillion, according to people familiar with the matter. The project could require raising as much as $5 trillion or $7 trillion, one of the people said. So I will follow this story going forward because obviously AI news is important to us Tesla stock investors. And that's going to be it for today's video. Make sure that you like the video if you haven't yet, because that really helps the channel with reaching new people. The YouTube algorithm really likes it. And I will see you in tomorrow's episode. Thank you so much for watching.